Complete focus now on New Delhi. Voting is underway in the Delhi Assembly elections. The voter turnout as of 9 a.m. is 8.1%. All 70 constituencies in the Indian national capital are going to polls today. Over 1.55 crore registered voters are set to decide the political future of Delhi. The Election Commission has set up over 13,700 polling stations at nearly 2,700 polling locations. There are close to 700 candidates in the fray, with the Aam Aadmi Party and Congress fielding 70 candidates each. The Bharatiya Janata Party has fielded 68 candidates, giving 2 seats to its allies JDU and LJP. The Aam Aadmi Party is eyeing a third term, while the BJP is hoping to form a government in Delhi after a gap which has now been of 28 years. During the Delhi Assembly polls in 2020, Aam Aadmi Party won comfortable majorities, winning 62 and 67 seats respectively, and BJP had finished a distant second in both these polls. While the Congress, which ruled Delhi at one point of time for 15 years, had registered 0 seats in both these previous elections. Now, a little before that, in 2013, BJP had emerged as the biggest party with 31 seats, but BJP were unable to form the government back then, and Aam Aadmi Party leader Arvind Kejriwal had formed a short-lived government thereafter, before President's rule was imposed in the national capital for almost a year. In the parliamentary elections held just last year, over 58% voters had turned up to vote. The voter turnout in the 2020 assembly polls was 62.59%, while in 2015 the voter turnout was 67.47% approximately. Close to 100,000 personnel and over 8,700 volunteers have been deployed on the ground, along with Central Police, Home Guards and Delhi Police personnel. Former Deputy Chief Minister Manish Sisodia is contesting from Jangpura after vacating his seat in Patparganj. He will also see a close contest against BJP's Tarvinder Singh Marwa and Congress Farhad Suri. Incumbent Chief Minister Atishi will be contesting against former MP Ramesh Bidhuri and Congress Alka Lamba in Kalkaji. In the New Delhi constituency, where Aam Aadmi Party Chief Arvind Kejriwal is fighting to retain his seat, the BJP and the Congress have fielded sons of former Chief Ministers Parvesh Sahib Singh and Sandeep Dikshit. Voters will also decide the fate of other high-profile candidates like Ministers Gopal Rai, Saurabh Bharadwaj and BJP leaders Kailash Gehlot and Kapil Mishra. Now, the results will be announced on the 8th of February. It's the Delhi elections. Delhi went to polls last in 2020 and in 2015. Before that, both times Aam Aadmi Party came out victorious with a huge margin. BJP barely made a mark at that time, and Congress has not scored a single seat in the last 10 years. Congress at one point ruled over Delhi for good 15 years, but since 2015, it's been the Aam Aadmi Party who's taken the lead both previous times. It's 2025. There are talks of an anti-incumbency, but again, there is a tight race as of now. It's a tri-party series as far as the issues are concerned and the contest is concerned. All right, for more on this, let's get us a better understanding on what's happening on ground. For more, we're now being joined by our correspondent, Dharamjot Kaur, who's now joining me from Kalkaji. Dharam, we've been traveling with you throughout Delhi since the morning. It was Chandni Chowk, then it was Lal Killa. Now we're here at the pivotal Kalkaji seat. Give us a sense of how important this one is. And there has been a little drama last night as there was a case booked against the Chief Minister. Give us the rest.
Well, Shivan, as you rightly mentioned, this is one of the constituencies that has been in the spotlight for months now, not just the past few days, but for many, many months. It's a very tight contest between the incumbent Chief Minister Atishi of the Aam Aadmi Party, Ramesh Bidhuri of the BJP and Alka Lamba from the Congress, who interestingly in 2015 for the election for the Aam Aadmi Party from the Chandni Chowk seat. So clearly a lot of changes, a lot of people shifting alliances, which makes this seat even more interesting. Now, as you rightly mentioned, Kalkaji has been a hotbed of political controversy as well with respect to the candidates that are contesting elections from this particular constituency. Be it BJP's Ramesh Biduri, whose remarks against Ms. Adishi stirred political controversy for days, and then even as recent as last night, where FIRs and cases were registered just hours before voting began today in the morning. So there's definitely a lot of attention on this particular constituency, among others as well, clearly making it, very crystal clear for the voters of Delhi that this is in fact a very, very crucial election for all the parties concerned, Shivan. Be it the Aam Aadmi Party that is eyeing a third term in power,
yes,
the BJP who's looking to make some sort of a comeback after 28 years of not being in power over here, and the Congress who has literally no seats in the past two elections, and they're also looking to at least make some mark,
yes,
if not gain a majority in this election. So very, very high stakes. But at the bottom, at the center, and the bottom line for this entire election is the issues that are still prevalent for the people. As you can see behind me, there's a steady, slow but steady stream of people trickling in. So let's see how Delhi votes, and let's see what they decide in terms of the mandate that will be out on February 8th. Shivan?
Yeah, Dharam, I just wanted to come to the flow of people that I see behind you. It's a steady flow, it seems like, and that's always good news on polling day. I did see a few elderly people walking past you as well, and you had rightly mentioned that earlier, that, in the morning hours, you mostly see people who have to head off to office, or the elder age group coming in to get their vote in before the crowd comes in. What kind of polling what kind of voter turnout does it seem so far? We have a figure of about 8%, but from what you are gauging on ground, if you can give us a sense, and a little bit about the issues that, if in case you figured from a few people that you've spoken with.
Well, Shivan, with respect to the voter turnout, again, it's still in the single digits. The Election Commission will be updating that in a few minutes from now. So we're hoping that goes up to the double digits. Delhi usually votes between a 55 to 65% voter turnout, whether it's the Lok Sabha elections or the assembly elections. That's the range that the voter turnout usually falls in. That's been the trend for the past few years. Coming to the demography that we're seeing, yes, a lot of elderly people. I think it's pertinent to note here that the Election Commission has made fairly elaborate arrangements for aged people or for those with ailments, with respect to wheelchairs, with respect to volunteers assisting people who need any sort of help while casting their ballot. So good news on that front. Administratively, it's been a smooth sail so far, but we still have a long day ahead of us. Voting ends at 6 p.m. in the evening. More people are expected to gather and cast their vote in the evening. That's the trend we've seen in the past as well. Between 4 to 6 p.m. the last 2 hours is when it's considered the rush hour, is when people come in and they cast their franchise. The last thing, coming to issues, as you pointed out, there have been a myriad of issues that were at the epicenter of this particular election, be it through political rhetoric or through some very legitimate concerns that voters have pointed out. We've seen the allegations of Yamuna poisoning being one of the main issues that made headlines. But potable water, the paucity of it is definitely a problem that Delhi's residents do grapple with. On the other hand, there's always this conversation around what is termed as freebies, but what political parties are calling the guarantees that we're giving to the people of Delhi with respect to subsidized electricity, better education system, and a lot of other issues that people have been discussing for the past few days. It remains to be seen which party's manifesto, which party's promises,
yes,
hold out for the voters of Delhi, and who it is that they manage to bring back to power.
Yes.
The Aam Aadmi Party, the BJP, in what it is eyeing, what it refers to as a double engine mechanism, or the Congress Party that once had a 15-year rule, but after that's been practically absent.
Yeah, Dharam, and I think as we were speaking, I could see more people flowing in right behind you. So we'll leave you to travel across Delhi and get us the latest from all fronts. But it's always good news when you have more people turning up for the elections. That was Dharamjot Kaur getting us the latest from the pivotal Kalkaji seat here in Delhi, as Delhi goes to polls for all 70 constituency seats.